y equals 4x over x squared plus 5. Part A, find dy by dx. Write in your answer as a single fraction in its simplest form. So I need to differentiate this. I'm going to differentiate it using the quotient rule because I've got a fraction. I've got the 4x being divided by the x squared plus 5. So let's say that u is 4x and v is x squared plus 5. So differentiating the 4x, I get 4. Differentiating the x squared plus 5, I get 2x. Now to apply the quotient rule. Remember the quotient rule is u dash v minus v dash u over v squared. You do get given that in your formula booklet, not quite in the same form, but very similar. So that's going to give me 4 times x squared plus 5 minus 2x times 4x all over the x squared plus 5 squared. Now I'm going to simplify the numerator a little bit there by expanding the brackets. Oops. So you get 4x squared plus 20 minus 8x squared. I'm going to leave the denominator as it is for now. And then the 4x squared minus 8x squared can be simplified to be minus 4x squared. And that's as simple as I can leave my answer in part A, I think. Part B, hence. So using what I just did, find the set of values of x for which dy by dx is less than 0. So when is this less than 0? When is it negative? Now I need to look at this carefully because I've got a fraction. Now that could make it awkward because for it to be less than 0, I need to have either a negative divided by a positive or a positive divided by a negative. But when I look at this carefully, I can see that my denominator is squared, which means that that denominator is always positive, which is really useful. That helps me a lot here, because what that means is I don't have to worry about it at all. The fact that that denominator is squared means that it's always positive, which means that if I'm trying to find this whole thing, when is that whole thing negative, which remember I'm trying to do, the only thing that I need to do is to find when is the numerator negative. If that's negative, then I will have a negative divided by a positive, which will be a negative. All I need to do is to find the values where 20 minus 4x squared is less than 0. That's all I need to do. If that's negative, then the whole thing will be negative. So let's do that. Let's solve this equation. So first thing I'm going to do, let's divide through by 4 just to make the numbers a little bit easier. Now, this is a quadratic inequality, so I need to be a little bit careful here. For quadratic inequalities, I like to draw a little sketch just to make absolutely sure. Now, the roots of this quadratic are going to be at root 5 and minus root 5. You can think of this lots of different ways. You could put the quadratic into your calculator. I could rewrite this as the difference of two squares, as I could do root 5 minus x, root 5 plus x is less than 0. I could think of it like that. I could move everything to the other side to get rid of the awkward negative and say that x squared minus 5 has got to be bigger than 0, and then say x plus root 5, x minus root 5. It's up to you. I'm going to do it that way. So I can see that my roots, like I say, are positive root 5 and negative root 5. So here's negative root 5. Here's positive root 5. So when is this greater than 0? When it's above 0, here and here. So the set of values for x is when x is less than minus root 5 or x is greater than root 5. If x has either of those values, then the 20 minus 4x squared would be negative, and therefore the gradient will be negative.